It's the start of the Easter term at Egerton Park Arts College and a period of intensive coursework for Year 11. It's also a time to prepare for the all-important GCSE exams coming up in the summer.
Okay, can I take the register, please? Coats off. Right, it is important that you listen carefully to what I'm going to say now. It concerns your exam entry. Okay, this is what you've got to get resolved by next Wednesday at Parents' Evening. If you've got an E, it means you've been entered for that subject. If you've got NE, it means it's a non-entry. A decision has already been made that you will not take an exam.
Form teacher Miss Pace is giving out Year 11 reports. It's a crucial time since students will find out whether they've been entered for each subject into the GCSE summer exams, and if so, what their predicted grades are. Chris is happy with his report.
Chris Carrick.
I'm going well. My attainment, I've only got 2 C's, which is my English. The rest are B's and I've got an A for maths. So if I get them grades, chuffed.
Nat, however, suspects she's not been entered for all her subjects.
Jenny.
What a doubtful in maths.
I've got 3 doubtfuls. I've been entered for everything. Oh no.
Grades.
Adele is struggling with her maths coursework and is worried.
Don't say I don't ever give you anything. It's not the be-all and end-all. If you are down as a non-entry or a doubtful entry, get yourself and your parents at Parents' Evening on Wednesday, discuss it with your subject teachers, get yourself up to scratch.
There are queries over which level maths paper Adele will sit, the higher or the intermediate level.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Entered for 6 exams. Been entered for all, man. Been entered for all these exams. Check it, I got an E in my English literature, you can slip. What's your English? E. Mine's an F.
I beat you.
I got a C in all my sciences. How can you get not entered for a certificate exam? I got a B in certificate and I've not been entered.
Hayley is also worried about her maths.
Can I just highlight the U? Maths. I didn't do well in the maths exam. I know I didn't do well. That's not
If you've done your coursework though, they should enter you.
my coursework. This could be the problem. I've not done my maths coursework yet, but it's getting there. So I should be entered for it as long as I can get it in for Wednesday at the Parents' Evening.
So you entered for everything except for RE, and Mrs. Arden wants to see your parents, and who's your maths teacher?
Mr. Eslop.
Mr. Eslop. Other than that, you entered for all your exams. That's good. You should be pleased with that.
Today is the deadline for maths coursework, and Adele's is not ready.
This was the agreed day when we would extend the coursework too. I'm actually going to have a quick look through yours, Adele, just to, have you got it with you today? Yeah. And I also need to scan through yours, Paul, as well. If you haven't brought the coursework in, then on that piece you score 0.
Well, I was trying to go into this coursework with depth, right, but I just really mainly I'd left it on the side for a few days and then never got back to it. And then about a few days before it had to be in, I started working on it really hard, and everyone got an extension, so I asked if I could have one.
I've not been able to finish it off because I got stuck on a triangles.
Right.
I've done as much as I can. I'm going to stay behind tonight.
There's a lot missing here, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a fair bit missing. You're going to have your work cut out to produce a complete piece of coursework by the end of today, aren't you? I think you've set yourself an almost impossible task there.
I know.
I've always managed to talk my way out of everything. My coursework, I don't think I've ever handed one piece in on time. And it's just me, I can't get used to it. I can't do the coursework thing. That's why I prefer exams. They're never on time, they're never good, up to scratch. They always have to come back again. It's just over and over and drags on forever, and I get bored with it. So I've never handed one piece of coursework in on time, but I've always managed to talk my way out of it.
Over in the studio, students are rehearsing their GCSE dance pieces for a special evening performance in a couple of days. As well as dancing herself, Nat is choreographing a routine for 3 other girls.
Sit up.
Nat's mates arrive for rehearsals.
Right, will you shut that door? You're coming in and shut the door. Hurry up. If you're coming in and shut the door.
But already she feels they're disturbing her.
Right, try pulling out, but you just like step back.
Claire and Kate are not taking their GCSE performance seriously, and Nat is annoyed.
Get off me then! You're not doing it properly! What do you want properly?
Dance is important to Nat. She hopes for an A or a B in her GCSE exam.
Move, I can't see. Open your eyes then. Claire, I'm gonna go out, just get out! I'm trying to do something here, right? And you're just coming in and start taking it out. It was my mates, and they were like, I don't know, they were just being prats, and it was kind of like ruining it for me, and I couldn't concentrate while they were messing about. And the thing that upset me was they were meant to be my mates, they're meant to motivate me to do things, whereas they weren't. They were trying to distract me from doing what I wanted to do. Right, if you're going to pick them out, you just go, 'cause I'm trying to do something here. And I'm not laughing, Claire. Not for you, but you know.
She wanted to get a good grade in the GCSE exam, so it was, but we was all taking the piss a bit, really, because we were all just messing about and dancing. We weren't really that bothered, but Natalie was the only one that was, because she kept on having to go to tell us to shut up, and because she wanted to get on and get her head down and get a good result.
When you're doing rehearsals, you're trying to do your best, and it's just when people are messing and it annoys you. They might not want to do well, but I did want to do well. And they were trying to ruin it for me. You know, Claire, right, you're off sometimes, but you just go too far. I'm sitting there, but you're giving me. I've had enough of it, Claire.
What do you mean? All of us? But I didn't even say anything to you. I think she was overreacting just a bit because she was getting like really dead stressed out and proper shouting her head off and all that. So I think she really was overreacting, but only a little bit though. She weren't going really over the top.
Didn't I just say to you, oh, you're all pissing me off and we just go out?
No.
Yeah, I did.
I weren't doing it on purpose though, Nat, honestly.
Just because you're not asked about your GCSE and dance don't mean that I'm not.
Alright, yeah.
Right, everyone can get out now. No. Right, we need to all go out now. Put them back.
At first I was doing it on purpose to wind up because I just wanted to get her eyes out of her, because I think it's funny when she has to go at people and stuff, because I don't know why. I think it's funny, but then I stopped after that though, because I could see that she was getting really angry and she was either going to hit me or she was going to throw something at me.
It's lunchtime, and students are hanging out behind the gym. The buildings also provide cover for any smokers in the school. Edgerton's rules strictly forbid smoking.
Who's that Franny up there?
Deputy Head Mr. Riley is on the hunt to clear all areas and catch anyone ignoring these regulations.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Come here, Michael. Take your friend Michael straight off the premises, please.
The toilets are also a regular haunt for smokers, and Deputy Head Mrs. Arden is clearing students out.
Come out into healthy air. Brilliant last night. Well, this isn't healthy in here, surely.
This time, nobody has actually been caught.
It's very clean.
In the main theatre, it's almost time for the dance dress rehearsals. Claire, the dance teacher, is handing out costumes for the performance. But not everybody is happy with what they're being asked to wear.
Wear them, Natalie. I'm not wearing them.
I'm not feeling then. We've got a
I'm not wearing my own, I'll tell her.
Nat's maid Claire is particularly unhappy.
When Claire showed us then the tops that we had to wear, there's a top and thin straps and dead tight fitted and stuff, and I thought to myself, no, I'm not going on stage looking like that because I'll just embarrass myself. And more to the point, I'm not into wearing skimpy clothes and tight pants and stuff like that.
The rehearsal's underway. Nat and Claire are about to perform. But Claire is so upset with the costumes, she doesn't want to go on. Nat is unaware of the reasons.
Don't make it feel myself out
For the moment, Claire is pretending she doesn't know the routine.
And you're not on this, why are you not on this dance? I'll follow me, that's all time goes. Karen, come on. Karen, just do it.
Claire's apprehension is infectious, and friend Karen has to be dragged on by the others. But there's no persuading Claire.
It was the costumes that had lost my confidence. It was that I had to wear, and the fact that there was people in that group that that was skinny than me, and I felt like I was out of place, because I was built bigger than everybody else. I felt like I was out of place, that I weren't meant to be doing this dance on the stage. Well, that's when I said to Natalie, I just said, I'm not going to go on the stage, and I feel like I'm going to make a show of myself going up there, because I'm going up there looking like bigger built than everybody else, and there's people going up there that are dead skinny, so I just didn't feel confident in myself at all.
Meanwhile, outside, Michelle is busy puffing away her stress, whilst Brian and Sean are advising her of the dangers of smoking.
What? People smoke because of like communal gathering thing. What? Tell me. Why do you actually smoke?
I don't know.
Do you not do it to fit in or something like that at first?
Yeah, right.
Do you not find it horrible? Even when before you smoke, do you not find it horrible? See all the proper effects it has on your lungs and all that?
Yes, dear.
Oh. Some sick shit happens when you smoke, innit?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no.
Oh, we're shouting at me when we're smoking, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does that, he makes you feel really guilty. Like that.
When you start smoking?
13, 14.
That means you're going to die about the age of 65. Just drink, you know what I mean?
I am cutting down.
What, how much are you on a day? Did you say something?
I've got down to, I can manage on 2 or 3 a day.
2 or 3 a day? Ooh,
it's alright.
Big girl.
And you just don't smoke at all. Let's smoke to fit in.
I'm melting.
Get son.
I started smoking about year 9. It was pressure from a friend. Kept saying try it, so I thought, right, well, I'll try it, won't do me any harm. But they kept on. Every time they were smoking, I had to have some, and I ended up from there, I started wanting one then, or I'd say to them, yeah, let me have some, and it just started from there. But anyone who's going to do that isn't really a proper friend. I know that now.
One more thing, it makes your clothes stink.
Yeah, and your breath stink and no one will want to get none.
Let's use minutes.
Yeah, you just need to slow it all
The problems continue at the rehearsals. Claire has now told people she's pulling out.
Stacey's not in. Claire's not doing it.
Well, Karen probably take her place.
And we just all made a fool out of ourselves, so why can't you do it just one time? Because you knew that I don't know it. Knew it, we still did it wrong. We were 4 counts behind, but we still did it, or too fast. I told Claire I'm not going to do it. She went, what are you going to do? She went, what are you going to do when it comes to the exam? Just sit there and say you're not going to do it. I said, yeah. I said, if need be. I said, I'll do that. What's the point of losing out on a GCSE for that? I don't care. You will be when you're a dollar whopper. I don't care. You used to always say to me I'd end up being a dollar whopper, didn't you? Or something like that, but now the tables are turning, it's going to be you.
It was Nat that I think, because she said to me, don't worry about what everybody else looks like, just worry about yourself, because I think that you look great anyway, and I'm not just saying that because I'm your friend. I do think that you look great, and I think that boosted my confidence a bit more, having people telling me stuff that I wanted to hear, really.
It was important because she's a friend, and I didn't want to see all that hard work just go down the drain, and I think her doing that would have made her feel good as well after, so that would have been nice for her.
I do know it, but I don't have enough to do it, that's the problem.
Right, go in a space and do it until it's part of your brain.
That's what I'm trying to do with you here, come on.
It's
On the carpet?
Yeah, yes, anywhere. In your head, on the carpet, in the plant. That's how I used to do dance. You just do it until you can't do anything else but that. And you can do it, I know you can.
Miss Adam was saying, it doesn't matter what size you are, does it? It doesn't matter how skinny you are or how big you are, just go out there and do your best. Because I'm counting on you like that. So then that gave me even more confidence. So I just thought, right, I thought I might as well not think about how big I am or everybody else's size to me. Then I just thought, right, I thought I'll just go out there and do it.
Alright, come on, do it again.
Nat decides to give Claire some last-minute tuition.
6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down. I'm not spinning around on this floor, that's it. Right. Got there, what 2 now? Slide, tap, step. Wait, stay facing that way. We're supposed to be going down there a bit, yeah, but slide, tap, step, over, stay there. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's the end of the lunch hour, and Year 11 student Richard Hall has been caught smoking. He's sent to sit outside head teacher Mr. Hart's office to await his fate.
Well, good luck. He's in a good mood today.
Right. Tell me what happened.
It was just smoking over there while I was talking to the builders, waiting for Carl Rock, and then I went to my cousin's.
And what's your view on that behaviour?
It's not very good for the school.
Not very good for you. It's certainly not very good for the school, is it? What impression do you think you've given?
The school's a bad one.
Is that the impression you want to give?
No.
How do you know one of those people who saw you standing there isn't going to be looking at you for a job in 6 weeks' time?
Don't know.
You let yourself down again, don't you? Right at this moment. How many cigarettes do you smoke a day?
I'm quitting, so I'm on 4 a day.
Pardon?
I'm on 4 a day, between 4 and 6 a day, because I'm quitting.
And how many lessons have you had as you've gone through this school about the dangers of smoking?
Don't know.
A lot. Exactly. I'm not impressed at all.
Right.
Well, I shall think what to do. Is your mum in now?
Yeah, she should be.
What's she going to think with another phone call from you?
She's not going to be too impressed.
Well, wait outside while I decide what to do with you.
I've just got to do this paragraph for RE, and then I can concentrate on my maths and my geography then. Because geography is piling up a bit now. We've got like a really big chapter to do in like 2 weeks. So I've got to work on that non-stop as well. It's just one thing after another. You get one thing out of the way, then more comes along.
As Adele's coursework mounts, she's trying to get her maths done before her end-of-day deadline. This means working on it in other lessons.
Interesting coursework, Adele. Rather you did the
I'm doing my maths coursework now, but I should be doing my RE classwork. I can't bother doing that. It's not coursework, is it? So I'm just doing my maths. RE. It's my RE.
away so you're not tempted to work on it. And then
You know what much you hated me for?
Please check that,
I get them out of that.
Meanwhile, Richard's being taken to the Student Support Centre for the afternoon as a punishment for his smoking.
I think it was 8, 9 when I started. But when we being in primary school, it was just like, you know, maybe 2 a night, and then during the holidays it got more and more, like up to 10, 15 a day. Then when I got into secondary school, you get all the people smoking behind the gym and places like that, so I was smoking more and more and more. But when we were getting money to go to school with, I was using that, so I was getting more cigs to smoke.
William, smoking. Richard. Right, Richard, learn your lesson, yeah? If it happens again, whether there's a month, a week to go, you'll go. Have you got that?
Yeah.
Your choice.
That went better than expected. I was going to suspend me or something. The way he come out now. But he didn't, so I am quite glad. Like I said, I've got one more chance, so
Great, thank you.
I'm going to use that wisely. I hope I can keep it till the end of the year.
Right, do you want to...
Adele's
take
deadline has arrived, and she takes her coursework to maths teacher Mr. Bennett.
I didn't manage to finish it.
Right, well...
I kept on doing it wrong and I don't know why. I lost my rough copy of the Princeton's.
Okay, so let me have a look at it then.
I think that's the right order now.
Right, some of this I've seen before, haven't I?
Yeah.
For good measure, you've thrown in a formula, haven't you? I mean, in terms of a piece of coursework, that's not worth anything, is it, really? The formula for this is 1,000 divided by 4. What is 1,000 divided by 4?
The perimeter divided by the number of sides.
Right. What is it as a number?
What?
1/4.
Right.
What is it, you know?
1/4,000. No. Right.
Not putting you on the spot
25. 250.
here. 250, yeah, right.
He never said there was anything actually wrong, it was just putting more in he wanted me to do. But that meant because he wanted me to put an extra thing in there, I'd have to do that whole page again to fit it on.
It's partially a formula, but it actually isn't worth anything in terms of a piece of coursework, because it's not explained what it is anyway, is it really? With an example. I'm trying to be critical here. I'm being critical, but not too sort of scathing, you know. I mean, this is crucial, isn't it? This piece of coursework is the difference between you doing one level and another.
Yeah.
And at the moment, you know, it's still not standing up to a candidate at a higher level, is it? Really. I'm not putting you down. I'm just being realistic with you.
I know I'm not going to get on the higher now. But I'm not really that bothered, to be honest with you, because it's just more work in it. But I can't believe I've just done all that work and it's wrong again.
It's the final lesson of the day, and Mrs. Arden is giving Year 11 a talk on the dangers of smoking.
Jonas, take your shirt in. And he's got his yellow thing off, which is plus today. Okay. Shh. You must have seen on the telly or in the papers that to society's surprise, a lot of young people are smoking cigarettes before they're 16 and smoking it as a regular weekend occurrence. How many people believe that's a wrong fact that the government have come up with?
None of my best mates smoke, but you know, I have tried like some of my other closer mates. I say it's most of the girls, like, you know, the close girl mates that I have, that I tried to stop smoking, but I stopped one, but I haven't managed to stop the others yet. I'm going to try.
I think a lot of people my age and younger do smoke. I've seen Year 7s smoking. I think it's really bad that, and I try not to encourage that. Year 7s have asked me to go in the shop for them and things like that, but I won't do it because I'm really against like the younger ones smoking. If you're a bit older and you're old enough to make that decision for yourself, then they can do if they want to.
One of the facts I dug up last night was tobacco is the only legally available consumer product, something you can buy, which kills people when it's used entirely as it's intended to be used. How do you feel about that?
I don't like smoking.
You don't like smoke?
No. I used to smoke when I was about 13.
That's not uncommon, that's normal. Why did you start smoking at that age?
Because all my mates were. Like, just everyone else who I hung around with was smoking, so just thought I'd try it.
People get away with smoking. Definitely. Because, you know, they do it out of school as well, you know, so they do it in school, out of school, whenever. It's because the mates do it, really. If the mates didn't do it, they wouldn't do it. But it's also the fact of it being addictive as well, isn't it? Like they have to carry on smoking.
Bram, tell me what you feel about smoking.
There's no point in paying to die. That's what it does.
There's
no
what?
point in paying to die. That's all you're doing, really. So, like, throwing
But
money away.
that only affects the person who's dead.
It affects everyone else as well, passive smoking and everything.
Smoking has affected Bram
I'm
in
still
more ways than the
in
class may
mourning for my
imagine.
mother-in-law.
Bram's father suffered from a
and my
smoking-related
father-in-law,
condition
both of
for
whom
3 years called
died because of
emphysema.
smoking.
He
My
died when
mother-in-law
Bram was just
had
12.
Very bad
His mother had
emphysema,
already
which
died
is
from
a
multiple
condition brought about
sclerosis.
by years of smoking.
Bram helped care for
And
his
she had
mum,
to go into
and then
hospital
later
many
cared for
times,
his
have
dad
oxygen and all
before
the
he
rest of it.
passed
It was
away.
awful.
I was about 9 or 10 when I found out he got emphysema. And I was about 12 when he died of it. Because he'd been in hospital about 4 times, you know, with like false alarms and stuff. Because he was like, you know, he had like an inhaler and stuff, and an oxygen machine and stuff like he had at home. And I used to sleep downstairs, you know, every night. So if he ever had a panic in the night, you know, I could get up, I could like get his gas machine out and help him with it. I could wait for the ambulance instead of him having to like shout upstairs in my bed. He could just like tap me on the head when I was on the floor. So I stayed on the floor for about 2 years with him. I remember when I was about 5, she could walk and stuff. It's when I started getting to 6, and she had multiple sclerosis, and it kicked in more, and like, you know, she couldn't walk very far. She could only walk about 100 metres and stuff like that before her legs give up. So she got a wheelchair. So she used to walk around the house, but she used to have a wheelchair for going shopping and stuff. And then I got run over, and then that sort of like, she came to see me in the hospital in a wheelchair and stuff. So that was alright. And then shortly after I got out of hospital, she passed away when one day I was at school. When my dad died, we got put into foster care. And I was like, oh, you know, I hated it there. Yeah. And my dad came to Reet and said, you know, whenever I die, yeah, because I know I'm going to die or something like that, can you please look after my sons? Yeah. So she heard that my dad died and thought, right, I'm going to get the boys in here. So she phoned up social services, she fought for us and everything, and eventually we got here. And I just love it and now it's great.
The dance evening has arrived and the tension is mounting.
Feeling a bit nervous at the minute, but I'll be alright. I should be alright when I get on there, when I go in.
But as the spectators arrive, Nat is panicking. As well as dancing with Claire and the others, she's also performing a duet with a girl called Natalie Roscoe. Natalie has not yet turned up. Claire is now happier since she's allowed to wear her own clothes.
Yeah, I'm feeling better now because I thought to myself, I was thinking like, if I did have to go on stage with a small top on, then I would look ridiculous in that. I would feel uncomfortable. So I think it's better now that with me wearing like a t-shirt that I'll be alright now because I don't feel like self-conscious now. So
I've done one of my fast dances and now I've got to go and do a slow one. And it's like a duet, me and Natalie Roscoe, and she's never turns up. And I'm not going to dance it on my own.
Why don't you just come on your own and just do it?
Yeah, I can't do it on my own because there's bits in it where she, you know what I mean?
Well, we told her to be here like 6.
Does she stay behind after school when I see you? No.
After all her practice, Nat's dance is cancelled.
It said on the sheet Natalie Clues and Natalie Roscoe and the name of the music and everything. And then everyone was like expecting us to go on. And after everyone was going, why weren't you doing that? And I felt really angry because I wanted to do it.
In the toilets, Claire and her friend Vicky are having second thoughts again about going on, whilst Nat and the others rehearse the piece without them.
I don't know. I've seen it. I really don't want to do it.
I'm not doing it tomorrow.
It'd be alright, Vicky, if there was a load of work. Because if we messed up, then they'd be alright. Because then what? I'd be able to carry on it, wouldn't they? But seeing as only a few of us, they're going to notice us.
Shouldn't have put that floor down, and that other floor would have been better.
They wouldn't want that because you can slide on that floor.
They're so nervous, they're now worrying about slipping on the floor.
Right, you know when you have to go down like that?
You can't move.
I think I was like that with my trainer before.
I think it was nerves actually. I think that's what it was why I didn't want to go on. Because seeing all the people there, well, that's what I thought of anyway. Seeing all the people there, I didn't want to go on because I felt nervous. And there was all the parents there and teachers and stuff. And I was with Vicky and we was coming down, like to go on the stage. And I said to Vicky, I said, quick, let's get out the back door now, let's go. So we don't have to go on stage so they won't miss us. Yeah, I'm not going on because I'm just doing my stance and I'm standing here. I bet how many hours off me. I bet I'll be on one spot, aren't they?
The girls are on next, and Claire is still hanging back. But after days of stressing, Claire braves it and goes on.
I was glad that I did it. I was glad that I actually got on the stage and got the confidence to go on and do the dance. But I felt proud of myself because more than anything that I got confidence, and then to go on stage and not be nervous, I felt confident then. I felt like I could prove something then.
I knew that Claire would go on in the end, but she just needed that little push to do it, and that was a big relief when she did it. And you could see in her after it, she was chuffed with herself.
The girls are happy. Despite outfits, nerves and floor dilemmas, they've pulled it off. The main theatre is a busy place, and with the dance show over, caretaker Barry is resetting the room in preparation for Parents' Evening.
Sir, can I have a Parents' Evening appointment, please?
Yeah, I think we've got 8 o'clock free.
Alright, nice one.
Right, see you later.
Have you got an appointment for tonight, miss?
I'll have a look. Might better fit you in.
Parents' Evening's gay and it sucks. Right, my mum and dad don't know about Parents' Evening because it sucks. My mum and dad aren't coming to Parents' Evening.
Warn your mum before she comes, so make it easy on yourself.
Warn me, mum, about what?
That I'm going to be talking about
That you're going to get
coursework.
battered. Yeah, you know I'm doing it though. It's just hard that there's a lot of stuff to do, isn't there?
Now, if you'd have done it a month ago when it was supposed to be in, would it have been as hard?
But I didn't know there was that much to do then, did I? And I've lost my other appointment sheet now. I don't know.
Alright, there you go.
Yeah.
See you bright and early tomorrow evening. See you later.
See you.
Parents' Evening has arrived, and it's a chance for everyone to discuss predicted grades and sort out any GCSE dilemmas. Chris and his mum are seeing his English teacher, Miss Pace.
Mock exam results really pleasing, really positive start, and something this year has clicked and he's moved up and he's actually become a secure C. So now we need to think about how he can improve further. But I mean, at least you should be aiming for 2 Cs as a minimum.
My mum is always there for me. She's pushing me to do everything that I can in life. I think she's the driving force behind the, like Miss Pace. Miss Pace might have not pushed me so much if my mum might have pushed her to push me. She pushes everyone just to give me the best opportunities that I can, and I'm grateful for that because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get this far.
Nat and her mum are going to see dance teacher Claire.
Hello, I know what you saw. She's estimated grades, I've shown your mum the estimated grades. She's down here for a B, which she can get. She's just got to keep going as she is, because she works really hard and all the lessons got no complaints at all. She's really committed and she comes in, every class she's there ready to go and she's doing really, really well.
Claire Collingwood's comment was the best ever, and I was just dead chuffed. she predicted me a B at the parents' evening, and for my mum to hear that as well, and like I looked at my mum and I think she was shocked. And to hear it out coming from her, that was like a good feeling.
I am really pleased that she is determined and she works really hard.
I told you, she don't believe me.
No, I don't believe you.
It's crunch time for Adele. First it's RE teacher Mr Holt, and Adele has not handed in her coursework.
Adele got a C in her exam, which for what she's shown me in class is a very good grade. I think she's capable of more. Would you agree? Yep.
I just didn't have time to revise for everything, and RE is not my highest priority.
Yeah. Okay, I think she's capable of a B or an A, because she's a pleasant girl, she's obviously got the intelligence. However, the bad news is the coursework at the moment. It's over a month overdue.
You said I could have it 2 weeks in. After 2 weeks I'm having in when we come back though.
Right.
Which will be on Friday, which is when I'm giving it to you. They were a bit annoyed about my coursework because every single teacher was going coursework. But I mean, they didn't spread. None of the teachers, and I discussed with other teachers when their coursework was being set, it all just seemed to be set at the same time. There was the maths and there was the German, and then there was we had textiles, and there was RE all at the same time. And it's like, oh God, and the English as well. So there was just loads and loads of lesson asking for all this coursework. So I did the most important ones first. And so RE left at the bottom of the pile.
There's a lot of coursework on lots of subjects with lots of deadlines, aren't there?
We give them as much time as possible, and so I think if Adele just plans the time more better and doesn't wait till the day it's due in to say, oh my goodness, all this kind of stuff.
How can we make sure that you do get that A, or possibly on a
Head girl Sally Bean is being predicted good grades all round.
Yeah, but certainly an A is perfectly within your means.
I don't like the way at parents' evening every teacher told my mum that if I tried extra hard at their subjects I could get an A. So my mum is thinking all these subjects she's been told she might be able to get an A for, but it's impossible to try extra hard at every subject.
Chris obviously had another glitch in his mock. C again. Now that's not the grade I've predicted him. I've predicted him a B, which is still probably a minimum. Now, Chris and I had a long chat about why this may be.
Right, why may this be?
Goes to pieces in an exam, and he doesn't need to.
My mum's not bothered about RE at all. I think Mr Holt was worried about that I'd get stressful with my exams because I have done in the past, but I think that was only because I had coursework at the same time that needed doing. So I think he was just worried that if I messed up one exam I could mess up all the other exams as well.
The process is
Hayley is seeing drama teacher
they've done their
Mr.
first
Duna.
stage of the essay. My estimated grade isn't really estimated, because estimated kind of sounds a bit scientific. Mine's kind of guessed. I've based it upon what I saw them do, what their approach was, what their attitude was, and it was really an indication of what you could achieve, what you could get. Not of what I reckon based upon what I know about them, what they are likely to get, really, which is what an estimated grade's meant to be. It's a bit rougher than that. What have I put? I can't even see it. I've put an A. Okay, you could get an A, alright?
It is true, if you enjoy the subject you're going to do better in it, and I really enjoy drama, and staring Dad near to the drama, hey, come and see this teacher because he really likes me. He's going to give me a good grade, so you sit there and talk to him, kind of thing, who knows. Yeah, I was dead happy with that because he was dead nice.
You may or may not be aware that Adele has switched courses here. Has she told you about that she's now doing an intermediate course rather than a higher course?
She has.
And the reasons why that is the case? Yeah?
She has.
Right.
I'm not very happy about it.
Right, well, this is the time to talk about it.
I didn't want to do the higher paper, and Mr. Bennett didn't want me to do the higher paper, but my mum did, and then there was like this big argument going on at parents' evening, which was really embarrassing. And we were there till I think it was 10:30, and parents' evening was supposed to finish an hour before or something. We were still going on about this.
So, what is worrying me a little bit is the coursework, which is currently at 555, 3 5s is not good enough to support a student doing going for an A. The coursework deadline is this Friday, isn't it? And, you know, are you telling me that the piece of coursework that's going to come back to me is going to be of much higher quality than you've produced so far?
It was just putting more pressure on, I think. I don't think they should have done it, right before the exams and going on with the coursework. I suppose in a way it did make me do my coursework more, but it was just, putting too much pressure on, because they're all going, oh, this, and you've got to do this, and you've got to do that, and then you've already got that at school, and now you're getting it at home as well, where you've got to do this, and it's like, I know I've got to do it, but how?
Yeah, am I going to receive a really super, spot-on piece of coursework on Friday? We don't know.
It's finally agreed. Adele will sit the intermediate maths paper.
Mum's being a bit... She's just not used to the idea because I've always been like top of the class and highest student and everything. So she's not really used to me doing the intermediate. It's something she's got to get used to.
Coming up next week, Assistant Truant Rebecca Downs is sent to see the deputy head.
You used the F word on 3 occasions. That's not an acceptable way to behave.
Boy band followers Claire and Rachel chase A1 around Sheffield.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
And Chris and the music gang perform at the Royal Albert Hall.
Oh, it's on, it's recording. Come on, Kate. Go on, talk. About smoking.
I tried smoking, but Mum and Dad found out and they went mad. And I've never done it again because they were that upset over it, because from an early age they said, don't smoke, don't do this.
I want to quit for a bit.
What, is that because of stress or just because you're bored?
Just because I'm bored. It's just because I'm sat there with nothing to do. It's like, oh, I'll have a cig. So, but I really need to cut down.
Well, do you think that's what everyone else does? Or do they just think they do it because, like, social smoking, big, like, peer pressure and stuff?
Because I wasn't around smokers, it's like, you don't need a cig, yeah, but if like you stood behind the gym, it's like you just
a cig because everyone else
because everyone else is smoking around you and you can't quit because like the smell of like
and the temptation.
Smoke, yeah, that's the one now. Temptation.